Hey everybody, and welcome to Geeks and Drinks. I'm Jason, that's Jordan. The internet's going to take us to a whole bunch of different places today. We are going to talk about some DC and Marvel stuff because, let's face it, that's basically our bread and butter for the show so far. But we have some disappointing news from Simpsons. We also have a really great trailer for an upcoming TV series and a really god-awful trailer for an upcoming movie. It's going to be an interesting episode to say the least. Let's as we all start, as always, what are we drinking this week?
Ballast Point Pale Ale. Like I said, bottle just says Pale Ale.
Yeah, it just says Pale Ale.
Like I wasn't trying to be a dick. I believe it's called Yellowtail because that's what it said in Untapped.
But it doesn't say anything else. Yeah, I mean it's basic Pale Ale.
Straight up, just 805.
There you go.
You can't. Yeah, there's no mistaking when the bottle blatantly says that. Yours is slightly more mysterious.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, they're not great. They're not bad.
But I mean, we drink those because it's beer. The main drink we'll get to in a little bit. It's an odd one if you guys saw what I posted earlier in the week. So, let's get to Civil War right off the bat. Let's talk about... we finally have a quick look at how Crossbones is going to look in the Civil War movie for the MCU. For the comic version, this is how he looked. Standard fare. Well, before I get to the commentary, here's how he's going to look.
He looks kind of like Bane, like the old school Bane. I just realized his mask looks very luchador-esque.
Almost anything with the flat black and white going up over the head. Yeah, it definitely has that look. With this, we have now a screen quick shot. It's unofficial, but then again, you always have the...
Well, didn't the guy who plays him, post it?
Something like that, yeah.
I believe it was Frank, I don't know, the asshole that played him in Winter Soldier. I think he was the one that uploaded it to Twitter or Instagram or some shit.
Something like that, yeah.
He took a twat pic and just kind of threw it up there.
Yeah,
Frankillo.
You were
making...
making...
Right there. The asshole, when you're panning back that little photo.
Yes.
It's his, apparently, Instagram account.
Well, let's just talk about it real quick. The design of it is very urban combat-esque, I guess. I mean...
But that's what everything's going for. You saw what Suicide Squad looked like.
Yeah.
This is no different. The only difference is he's got, what looks like handheld bicycle pumps on his fists.
I mean, the color scheme's there. It's the same thing, but everything else just screams standard tactical gear with... The only defining aspect of almost any of these characters with this type of gear is just the color scheme.
Yeah.
And at that point...
It's Mortal Kombat, man.
Yeah.
What color splotch are they wearing today? It's yellow. Oh, then it's not him. That's Scorpion or whatever.
Yeah.
You just, insert new color. Just that's how you can define them.
But we'll probably get more information about this as we get closer along. I would not be surprised if we start finding out that he has multiple outfits for multiple different scenes in the movie. But we're starting to get slowly some information out of it.
That.
Did they?
Yeah, it was a very spoilery thing. They're mentioning his suit. He has little bicycle pump things on his fists to at one point to try to balance physically out with Cap. And then apparently he's probably going to change it up as he goes. Whether or not the color itself is going to change as he does this, which I doubt.
We'll have to see what happens with it.
I'm sure he wants to look like generic Soldier of Fortune, but that's his business.
I'm going to jump over to, it's called, not from Marvel to, Marvel to DC. I'm not even thinking straight today. Not even. We're sticking with Marvel.
Stick with Marvel. Come on, let's talk about...
I'm not here today.
I'm gonna let you try to pronounce this guy's name.
Okay, no problem. So, hot on the heels of production starting with Civil War, we're starting to get more information about who will possibly be picking up the role of Peter Parker in the upcoming, third reboot of the Spider-Man franchise in the past 10 years?
Yeah.
This one's gonna be more of a high school level.
Which that's cool. I feel like that's something they kind of they nerfed in Raimi's, and they kind of only lightly touched on in Mark Webb's.
But the things with those ones, the actors playing the character were already in their mid to late 20s.
Yeah, but in Amazing Spider-Man, he looked like he was still possibly in high school.
This is true.
Which is even more for the case for
for this actor. It's been talking about right now that the person in the lead for possibly picking up the new role as Peter Parker is Asa Butterfield.
Asa, oh, fucking hell.
Not Asa, Asa. It's
Fucking
A-S-A.
Ender. Ender is going to be Spider-Man.
Ender has a new game. I was just making the comment that he's very young, but honestly,
He's 18. He's okay.
For this role, that's freaking perfect. But I was saying is that I made the offhanded comment that he's 18, but in this picture he looks like he's 12.
'Cause we're old.
I know.
You need to be hip, sir.
I'm never hip
no
to the
longer
game.
with what's it?
I was never part of it.
Fair enough. No, like I after seeing this photo and reading this article that you sent me, I'm kind of okay with it. Because he looks like Spider-Man, or at least Spider-Man when he would be in high school.
Right.
Like, you can tell by looking at him, it's like he looks like the kind of kid that jump around in fucking underoos. Like, he looks like a kid that would probably actually know shit about, like, chemistry or science.
Wouldn't be surprised if he does.
I mean, when they tried to do, in The Amazing Spider-Man, I'm already blocking on his name, but when they tried to have him, like, pretend to be smart, it just kind of came off weird.
Oh, what was it? Andrew Garfield?
Andrew Garfield.
Yes.
And then even when you had the regular Spider-Man, the Raimi Spider-Mans, he didn't even have the slightest hint of being smart.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing he's going to be remembered for is having emo hair. And that weird Saturday Night Live fever strut.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Or at least this, he's already looking like it. You can already tell Marvel cares about their shit, and they want him to take care of it.
Which
so
begs the question, though, because even though he's still in negotiations... There's always the rumor that he's going to, or Spider-Man, the character, is going to show up in Civil War. How fast can they get through all of this, tie him down, and get him onto the set of Civil War before they wrap up production? Now, this is not going to be like Infinity War, which is going to be filming for, 9 months. This is going on now. Do you think maybe they'll add him in?
Started.
It's also...
If anything, I think that's them not... I have a feeling this is them trying to hold back the identity so they can pull a shell game. Like this way, if they were to announce it tonight or at some point today, fucking Ender is Spider-Man now. There'd be people flying around trying to get a photo of what he's looking like in his fucking onesie,
right?
And it's all this other shit. We're trying to keep some shit hidden. Dude, are you kidding me? Fucking, they're like, well, this is what Crossbones looks like. This is what Falcon looks like. This is what Cap looks like. They're already showing everything. There was one today that just said, this is what Black Widow looks like. It was just Scarlett Johansson in a fucking dress.
So I guess that misdirection kind of thing. Hey, look at all this stuff we're releasing out there online, and then hide Asa like in the back.
I think it's just they don't want to let everything go in the beginning. They still want to try to have some control,
which makes sense. And it's not unheard of in this day and age, but
the internet wants to release everything, so you can see why they're having to come up with new tactics. Or it can be movies won't even come out, and people will talk or know about scripts and shit like that.
Very true. I mean, I remember a few years ago, not even talking about the Deadpool leaked footage, the test footage.
Oh, not the potato stuff?
But the actual script, the first draft of the script was put online as a leak. Several years ago.
See, all that shit I thought was a game.
You thought so?
I legitimately think that was them trying to be like, look, we're sorry we fucked up on X-Men Origins Wolverine. We want to make Deadpool. We think we can do it right. Studio doesn't trust us because we fucked up with Wolverine.
Throw it out there to get more public interest.
Yeah, like even the test footage. Look, leaked.
Yeah. By leaked.
Did you not notice that every time a story talked and said it was leaked, leaked was always in quotations?
Yes.
Like I think even the news source is like, yo, Ryan Reynolds just rocked up and dropped this off to the office. Like I don't know if you really trust how leaked this is.
Well, it's one of those with this today and age that they have to be up in front with a lot of this information. Or else, let me rephrase that. It's the whole thing that if they try to just lock everything down and say absolutely nothing gets out there, everything's going to get out there. People are too insistent. People are willing to bribe and do stuff to get the latest scoop on something. But if they go out there and actually release some of the footage themselves...
Yeah, but if they come out and pretend like, oh, we don't know yet, we're still in talks, the fuck are they going to bribe? Right now, it's just in talks.
Right.
There is nothing certain yet. For all we know, like it is very likely that it could be something already going on.
Yeah, true. Very true.
So at this point, now that it is apparently Spider-Man themed, do you want to do this?
Yeah, let's get to this thing. So this drink, fairly simple. 1 part cherry liqueur.
Sounds like it's raining.
1 part raspberry liqueur. 2 parts tequila. As you can hear, it also requires Pop Rocks. I didn't know these things still existed.
Hell yeah, dude.
Still popping over 30 years. All right. Well, I've never had this fizzy of a drink before.
It's not even fizzy. It all sat to the bottom, like just...
Oh, it did, yeah.
But
it
you can hear it.
You can hear it coming through.
Well, let's hope the 80s are wrong and we don't die from drinking Pop Rocks.
Let's go.
Wait, nothing.
Sounds like it's raining.
Told you.
Yeah, it did.
Doesn't help that this is filmed in a luxurious thing.
All I can hear is the Pop Rocks now in my mouth.
Oh, that was terrible.
That was. You have cherry liqueur, raspberry liqueur, and tequila with Pop Rocks.
I'm curious, what about tequila screams Spider-Man?
Maybe he went on a bender? I don't know.
I just have an image of just Mexican Spider-Man. Like, you know, when you go to like Olivera Street or something like that, or like a 99-cent store, it's like, let's Spider-Man. I don't remember Spider-Man being his color scheme being green and yellow, and why he's coming in a 2-pack with Mr. Incredible and Superman.
Yeah.
And a luchador. This is my favorite. Where a third or the fourth action figure, the little extra one is always like the Hulk or a luchador.
Just because.
Because fuck it, why not? Science.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no. Going back to the whole Spider-Man thing, I'm excited. I love Spider-Man. I found it funny, like, cause remember they were trying to rumor again, or nerds were trying to, I don't know, maybe be internet trolls, you know, like they're known to do. They were talking about getting the Black Spider-Man.
Yes.
Which that's never gonna happen.
Sadly.
Like I don't want to be mean or racist, but it's never gonna happen, internet. I'm sorry. Maybe one day
Hollywood.
down the road when we're done with, you know.
You know, there are a ton of great, you know, black actors out there, actors and actresses out there, but Hollywood has a hard time letting them have
Their day in the sun.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you can have this whole, you know, equality and, you know, rights in the all the
Harriet
media.
Tubman on the $20 bill.
But
I just
look
I'm not
at
making shit
I
up.
know you can make a petition for anything nowadays, but it's one of those that the executives in Hollywood.
Oh, dude, do you remember that one where someone actually petitioned the White House to build the Death Star?
Yes, and they actually had to respond.
Yeah, because if you get like over 100,000 signatures, the White House has to respond.
At that time, I think it was 25,000, and they definitely blew past that, so they bumped it up to 100,000, and they still blew past that.
I was like, because they're like, you need 25,000. Here's 1,000,000 signatures. Damn it, internet.
They had to respond.
But no, I'm excited. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it'd be great. I just wish, you know, Hollywood's definitely starting to expand a little more, but as far as, you know, that Spider-Man, I don't think we'll see that anytime soon. But, I mean, hell, look at what DreamWorks is doing with, because they're doing the live-action adaptation of Ghost in the Shell. They have Steven Spielberg attached to it as well. So, Motoko Kusanagi, the lead character in that series, obviously Japanese woman, she's augmented with technology.
With Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, with Scarlett Johansson's going to be taking it. And a lot of fans screamed whitewash. You know, why are you whitewashing our characters?
If it bothers you that so goddamn much, watch the original.
Yeah.
Last I checked, even if she's supposed to be Asian, I don't remember Asians having eyes that big.
It also boils down to the point of, like you said, even on our first episode, the internet gave everyone a voice and not everyone, you know, needs it. And that's when we get to this point where people cry foul saying, how dare you do that to my series? When you're just a lowly consumer that was probably not even born when the series was made in the first place. So, that's enough ranting about Spider-Man and life and stuff. Let's get over to the TV stuff. I know, we gotta talk about it. Last week we were talking about some of the cancellations, you know, things like Constantine, some of the series that were picked up by like NBC and Fox and CBS. I know did we briefly talk about Supergirl last
Maybe.
week?
Either way, it's... Oh god, they're okay. I was kind of excited for the Supergirl thing. Like I kind of was. Like I was very intrigued to see how they were gonna do it. But this just the promo trailer that they had looks so bad.
Did you ever see? I know it was posted online. It went viral very quickly.
The Black Widow video.
The Black Widow.
Yeah.
Black Widow SNL video.
Yeah.
After watching that, and then watching the Supergirl first look video, someone at CBS, you could have sworn, watched that and went, you know what? That could actually work for a TV series, and ran with it.
I love how they she's all that her in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you see her, like she's all frazzled and wearing glasses and a ponytail,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, oh no, she lost the ponytail and the glasses. Now she's hot and she's wearing the skirt. My God, she's a totally different person. The fuck?
Yeah. And then have to showcase, a certain scene that, hey, I can do all of this. Why can't I show anybody? First off, you're in your mid to late 20s. You've been on Earth for, let's be generous, say 10 years. And you never once decided to hit up, Kal-El and say, hey, what's going on?
Well, no, didn't they kind of mention it's like, what would your cousin want? When
Yeah,
they had 6 foot something tall, black, muscular Jimmy Olsen.
Mm-hmm.
Which I saw that and went, oh, last I checked, Jimmy Olsen was like a tiny twerp. Like that was kind of his thing.
I just look at it as...
Dude, they even gave her a ducky.
They did,
They
yes.
gave her a pretty and pink ducky. They gave her like this
Mm-hmm.
nice little nerdling boy who's, I don't know, probably gonna end up falling in love with her actual best friend or some weird
Probably
shit.
happens. That's what's going to expect of this. But...
Or Xander, for those of you who aren't that old. Yeah, it's probably
I don't
even
know.
worse. I think most people don't remember him either.
After watching this video, do you have any faith that this series will last any longer than a season?
No.
Yeah, neither do I.
Well, I'll
It is so generic.
look, you proved me wrong with Arrow, and I'm sure I'll probably still be wrong many, many more times. So maybe I'll watch an episode or two. I don't have the highest of hopes for it,
No.
but I don't know.
I don't. Everything about it just screams. We had an idea for something else. Let's throw the superhero aspect into it as well. And let's see what happens. It did not look appealing to me. But again, I'm probably not the target demographic. Has to be strong, empowered women.
Yeah, you're the demographic there, Jess.
Yeah,
What'd you think of it?
I'm a girl. I'm actually.
Jess is
There you go.
apparently actually interested in it. So
Well, no, like even my girlfriend watched it, and I'm like, oh my God, this was terrible. And then she just kept her mouth shut. Like,
uh-oh.
I don't.
We
So I'm
get past that real fast.
Yeah, so I'm assuming I was wrong. Generally, she will either tell me or maintain
Right.
silence to let me know that I was wrong.
I love how one of the comments in the article from Screen Rant about this is less Felicity, more heroics.
Well, again, it's Supergirl, and again,
Right, you're gonna have that. aspect
even in
to it.
comics, that was something the character was not necessarily for men.
True, very true.
It's nice for them to finally have a female to cling on to, or a
Mhm.
superhero to cling on to.
But compared to all of the other available options out there, even the new ones that are coming out, this one doesn't seem like it's almost the same level of like either production or thought process than say.
Well, dude, we've talked about like how Arrow and Flash have dumbed things down because it's how you find your niche audience and you work
They've
around
kind
it.
of have to. The whole thing is
But
that if you
that's even that, but that's more geared towards men.
no, very true.
At least this seems more geared towards women. I mean, I can't, obviously, biologically, I am not a woman, so I don't think like them.
Right.
But
We can offer our opinions, but obviously we're not the target demographic.
I mean,
That's basically where it boils down to.
it'll be interesting, but I'm sure it'll be one of those things I'll probably, sit and watch it with the girlfriend or with you and Jessica and just sit there and just stare at Jessica the entire time she stares at the camera like, is she enjoying this?
Can't tell.
Is she supposed to enjoy this? I don't know.
I enjoyed Agent Carter. I loved Agent Carter. But it was like hit miss for some people, but I loved it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Jessica saying
that.
she enjoyed Agent Carter, and a lot of people enjoyed it. She enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Did you
Yeah.
actually watch it? Yeah.
Like I said, the bits that I saw.
I'm very happy that actually got a second season. That's going to be a lot of fun.
What annoys me about Supergirl though is that Alan McBeal is going to be on this. I can't stand.
Oh yeah, Cliff Flockhart.
Yeah. Come on, she was going to be in there somewhere.
Doesn't mean I have to like
No,
it.
she's going to be the wannabe Devil Wears Prada character who's just going to be like mean to this person. I just
More female tropes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm no interest towards that.
Remember, she dated Han Solo for a while.
She's married to him. They have
That's
kids.
even worse.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the other one that DC and WB are working on, which is Children of Tomorrow. We briefly mentioned it last week, but now they've actually released a trailer for it, and I'm actually fairly interested in this one. I mean, what were you able to take out of it yourself?
When I saw it, I thought interesting. I was a little, No. Legends of Tomorrow is one of those things when I saw it. So I didn't want to correct you right off the bat, Jason. I did that way too much last episode.
No, please. I'm known for I'm talking about one thing and I'll say a completely different thing.
I'm excited to see what Rory's gonna do on the show.
Yeah, goes from a sidekick of a time traveler to an actual time traveler.
Well, he was still a time traveler.
Yeah,
he was just the sidekick.
Right.
I don't know how I feel knowing that they added Captain Cold and Heatwave.
Captain Cold we could have done without, I think.
I feel like that didn't really need to be there. And White Canary, whatever the fuck she's supposed to be called.
No,
like in the comics, I kind of enjoyed Black Canary.
Mm-hmm.
But on Arrow, like I'm just kind of annoyed.
Yeah, this version should be White Canary.
Well, because like what on the show now, like the first sister that supposedly died came back as Black Canary, but from what I've been told, this past season, the one I haven't seen yet, she fucks off and does her thing because she dies, kind of.
Right.
And then the sister, the one I can't fucking stand, comes back. The one that's actually Black or Black Canary in the comics.
Right.
Becomes Black Canary. So I guess the original one now becomes the White Canary.
I guess. I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, let's go down the list real quick. We have Rip Hunter, played by Arthur Darvill.
Yeah.
Hawkgirl, Firestorm, White Canary, Atom, which is basically DC's version of Iron Man. Captain Cold and Heatwave as the crime duo, I guess you want to call them.
I don't know why the fuck they're there. Especially when they just established in The Flash, they can't be trusted.
Exactly.
Captain Cold's a dick.
And then
which, by the way, when they had him trying to, like, level with him in the last episode of Flash, that was fucking hilarious.
It was.
When they kept playing As Cold as Ice in the background.
Yeah.
And then, like, a little foreigner to get you going in the middle of a scene. But no, like, it's...
Yeah, it was subtle as a semi-truck, yeah.
Give me another one. Make it a cold one.
But the whole thing with...
Were there ice puns?
Yeah.
He was one bit of blue body glitter away from being Mr. Freeze, but with an Arnold one. I'm waiting for the day he just chill out and shoot someone.
It's gonna happen eventually.
But I mean, like, he has the most deadpan delivery ever, and it's awkward. I mean, it's meant to be cold and detached.
Right.
Get it? Cold? Ah. Fuck it.
Dude, we're going all the way back to Mr. Freeze and Batman and Robin now.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, chill.
You know, let's, negate the fact that a man who needs his body to be at, freezing temperatures, yet smokes a fucking cigar.
Yeah.
And is powered by diamonds. Anyways.
Yeah.
But in this, like, I'm bothered by some of the characters in it, but again,
We still have one more character that was announced, but was not in the trailer or in any of the promo material so far. The actor is Franz Drama, and the synopsis for his character, which they won't mention, is a former high school athlete whose pro career was derailed by injury and now makes ends meet as an auto mechanic.
Really?
He has affiliation with the Star Labs crew. Who the hell could that be? I wonder. They're going to bring
Batmite.
Jeez.
No? Shit. All right, then I guess it's Steel.
Oh, Jesus. I wasn't expecting that. Let's face it, they're going to bring the TV version of Cyborg in because, let's face it, they can't afford Will Smith for both the TV and the movie version.
What? Will Smith is Deadshot.
Oh, sorry, Deadshot. I'm not thinking straight. You're not supposed to agree with me, Jess.
We're not even drunk. Yet.
It's been a long day. We're not drunk
But
yet.
no, I guess, yeah. I guess Cyborg could be interesting. Cyborg's one of those guys, like, I kind of knew of his existence back when he just had, like, the silver thong and fro.
Mm-hmm.
And, he looked like a weird character out of Mad Max or Running Man.
something that definitely felt out of place.
Yeah, and then like I remember when he came back in, or kind of for me anyways, was in the Teen Titans, the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I forgot. He's kind of a cool character.
Right.
Especially like because he's almost can go toe to toe with Superman. And he's smart, which that's another interesting thing.
Mm. Well, we'll have to see what happens with this. I mean, I'm looking forward to this one more than say Supergirl, but like we stated earlier, we're pretty much the target demographic for Legends of Tomorrow than for Supergirl.
I'm refusing to have judgment until I actually see it. I don't know. I guess that's my way of saying at first glance. I'm not excited, and I think it looks bad. But at the same time, it's like I don't know.
You've only seen a trailer and an image.
I've seen a 2.5 minute trailer.
Right.
Where even then they're like, yeah, there's more shit coming, just so you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course, they're going to try to hype this as much as possible before the original episode airs on TV to try to get the highest ratings possible, because everyone's trying to beat Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but Flash already did that,
already done it. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Muppets then. We talked about it last week. We're both very excited for it. Now that you've watched the official trailer that ABC...
I'm super stoked.
Was there any certain aspect of it that you actually enjoyed, like the whole, like, Office meets Parks and Rec kind of style?
I was intrigued by the weird bacon jokes. That apparently Kermit the Frog has a new girlfriend that is also a pig.
Yeah. Which, let's face it, that's probably going to be a very short-lived, character.
Yeah. I'm sure she'll be there in the first episode, and then Miss Piggy will, like, break her leg, or there'll be some offhanded joke, and then Miss Piggy's feeding everyone BLTs or some shit. You know she's one step away from homicide.
Yeah.
Look at those cold, dead eyes.
I mean, let's face it, there was the 1970s version of The Muppet Show, which is timeless as all hell. You can still watch this today and still be, have tons of fun with it. Then you also have Muppets Tonight from the late 90s, which I thought, honestly, dropped the ball in a lot of aspects. It definitely went, let's take the 1970s version, add, an SNL band backing it, add an extra character to act as the MC, but do the exact same thing.
You didn't like Clifford?
I didn't like Clifford all that much. But, I don't know, that was just me. Did you ever, what were your thoughts on Muppets Tonight?
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't right.
Right, exactly. But then watching this with this new series, The Muppets.
I was still kind of young in the 90s. For the most part, for me, it was all about Muppet babies. Muppet babies, making our dreams come true.
Oh, God, I remember watching that. That was the cartoon that aired just before Fraggle Rock, when I was watching it back in the day.
I watched it on Nickelodeon. Like, I just remember, like, it was like Nickelodeon and Nick Jr. or some shit like that. Back before, like, unflinching, creepy cartoons were, hi, Dora, can you tell me where the berries are? You did it!
Yeah.
That soul-stilling blink.
Mm-hmm. Just sits there.
Like,
let's face it, the writers only have to write for, 10 minutes an episode rather than the
But I mean,
24.
like, Magellan's Castle, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Remember other gems?
You had to bring up Gem, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Oh, good.
Muppets is awesome. Time to ruin more childhood moments.
Let's go to this. Yeah. So, Gem of the Holograms. When it was announced a while ago that this movie was going to be made, and it was going to be directed...
I thought it was a fucking joke.
Especially when it was going to be directed by the director for G.I. Joe 2. Here's the thing, though. If you brought on the director for a movie that was trying to bring back a bunch of nostalgia, but you also included a bunch of lots of explosions, lots of spectacle, nothing really.
But it looks like they took away all the spectacle in it, though.
Exactly. That's the only reason why I thought they would bring this director in, because the Gem cartoon was, let's say,
synergy.
I was gonna say not subtle
Dicks with
at
purple
all.
hair.
Yeah.
Weird goth band named the Misfits.
Misfits.
Who were literally just a bunch of fuck-ups.
But the thing is, you go through all of this and thinking, okay, if you're going to have this director in and have all these outrageous, for lack of a better phrase, aspects of the
are
cartoon.
they truly outrageous?
Not in this version, for God's sakes.
No, Jess said it best. This looks like a really bad version of Josie and the Pussycats. Just like 2 decades too late.
There's not a single aspect, aside from the name and the color pink, that you can relate to the original cartoon. I can't think of anything else. No synergy.
Other than names, then that's it.
Right. I mean,
Rio is no longer this feminine man with purple hair.
Mm-hmm.
He's now...
He looks like Jacob from Twilight.
He looks like Jacob from Twilight. Okay.
Actually, I was going to say like a very Abercrombie and Fitch version of Jake Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that flannel-wearing, constant 5 o'clock shadow.
And I do have to say this, though, that after watching the trailer, it seems like obviously the target demographic is the young teenage girl. The problem is the young teenage girl today has probably never even seen a single image of
Dude,
the original.
You fucking look at it. The first thing they throw on there is the studio that brought you Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
The studio that brought you Pitch Perfect. Not the
director.
director.
They're reaching
not the writer.
so far.
Or producers. It's straight the studio that brought you that.
Yeah. My question is, at the last scene of the trailer, they're like, it's Showtime synergy of her single shot. But out of everything that we've seen in this trailer right now, there's no way in hell there's some, magical computer sitting in the background ready to transform her.
No, Synergy's probably like whatever they call their sound mixing booth or whatever.
I honestly will bet you Synergy is the earrings that she uses as a good luck charm.
Probably that too. Dude, $5 says it came from her dead father. Or like they were her mother's, but she passed away. Like there's some kind of element of dead parents.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, my mom left these to me.
But then they also
from the 80s.
Then they also go down
Get it? The 80s?
Well,
Who get this is from?
Hold on. In the TV show, though, when her dad passed, he gave her the earrings. That's how Jem became Jem.
I get that.
Right.
I'm not talking in a magical sense. I'm just saying the dad probably bought them from a Forever 21
when she was like 4
in
or
like
5
1984.
or something like that. Yeah, I don't.
I know that much. Remember, you got was it either you or no Jason? You piece of shit! You made me read the comic book for Jem.
Yes, I did.
And then had to get a small crash course in everything that was not right about it from Jessica.
Yes.
I learned more about Jem in those 5 minutes than I did from actually watching the episodes.
I think that was the point, though. God, and then you turn around and had to watch. Well, I mean, first that you had to endure watching this trailer.
You made me.
Yes, I did. I am a big fan of Schadenfreude. You should know this by now.
Fair enough.
I made you watch the Kaibo. I told you to watch 2 episodes.
And I
half
did.
jokingly, and you did.
I'm a man of my word. If I
Okay.
say I'm going to do something, I'll do it.
Then let me ask you this. What were your thoughts on it?
Incest harem anime. Or more importantly, I know you're leaning in because you want me to say, God damn it, Japan.
Because, yes.
It's literally some kid going to high school and told he's going to inherit his family's fortune, but he has to get married before he graduates. Oh yeah, there's all these girls that are like on his nuts and like they love him for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's like some creepy cell phone person that calls him. It's like, is that you, brother? I follow you every day. I saw you today. And it's this weird kid trying to piece together why his sister wants to have sex with him. Yeah! That's what he made me watch.
When I watched it, it was so bad that it was entertaining. Unfortunately,
And then you paid for it.
Yeah, I did pay for it. Too much, to be honest. Oh well. But you are a man of your word. You did watch it. That's all I'm going to ask. Let's put it this way, though. Now that you have endured that, I can't ask you to watch anything else for quite a long time.
You could ask me to watch it. I'll just tell you no.
Oh well. I will work hard to rebuild that trust, although the collection behind me...
Yeah, will prove otherwise?
Yeah, will prove definitely otherwise. Yeah, I can't really do anything like that. All right. Oh, Simpsons.
Although, speaking of which, I'm pretty excited. I recently discovered there is a game called Jurassic Love, or Jurassic Heart.
Jurassic Heart?
Yo, remember the How to F a Boyfriend?
Yes.
Imagine the same thing, but you're quoting a T-Rex. Like you're a girl trying to date a T-Rex. Like the very beginning of it, I fucking shit you not, is literally you're this girl trying to court a dinosaur, and your first date is going to a music shop because you accidentally broke his ukulele.
And you're saying this sober.
This fucking exists.
I'm gonna have to find this.
You're welcome.
I'm seriously gonna have to find this just because that's just too weird.
Really?
All right, well, let's get to the news. Simpsons, Ned Flanders,
Harry
Mr.
Shearer.
Burns, yeah, Harry Shearer, decided for whatever reason that he did not want to renew his contract for seasons 27 and 28 of The Simpsons. He's been doing this for like 20 odd years. He voices more than a handful of multiple recurring characters. He has well over a dozen, I would say, side characters that pop up every once in a while. Not to mention all the background characters he's probably voiced over the years. When the announcement was made via his Twitter account, he actually just quoted James L. Brooks' lawyer, which stated, "The show will go on. Harry will not be part of it. We wish him the best. This because he responded to that as, "This because I've wanted what we've always had, the freedom to do other work. Of course, I wish him the very best." There's already other conflicting reports coming out there from other people like Al Jean, who basically stated that he was offered the same deal as the rest of the cast, who already accepted, and that he was, for lack of a better phrase, we can't verify this, but kind of a dick. He would, the phrase, you would phone it in. Well, he actually did that. He phoned in during the table reads. He would record, he would phone in for his recordings when he felt like it, when it worked best for him. Rarely did anything with the rest of the cast. And of course, there's a side bit that can't be verified that it was all mainly about the merchandising aspects, how much he would get for all the merchandise out there. And let's face it, there is a boatload of merchandise out there. Granted, we're not talking Disney Pixar level, but it's still significant.
Well, yeah. I mean, even this article even says Fox recently officially renewed The Simpsons for 27 and 28.
Mm-hmm.
The shit, man.
Yeah. It's been on, well, longer than you've been alive. Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
It came out in Christmas time of '89. You were alive.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, I said
sorry.
yes.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Smart ass.
So the main question is, aside from
really making a Friends reference.
My hands are full.
So aside from the obvious question of what Harry Shearer is going to do nowadays, which honestly, let's face it, he doesn't have to do a damn thing. He probably has enough.
Sit around and wank off in a large pile of money from being on The Simpsons for as long as he has.
Yeah. What was the McBain reference, or the quote on that? When someone asked him, "How could you sleep at night?"
Oh, how do you sleep at night on a large pile of money?
Yes. So they've already come out and stated that yes, the show will go on. Harry Shearer will be missed. Blah 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 blah. But then they confirmed that the major characters that he voiced will be recast, and I'm sure every single one of my voice actor friends out there went, because let's face it,
everyone thinks they have their version of Mr. Burns
of
or
course.
whatever. No, it's just an issue of finding who's closest.
Exactly. This is not a type of character that you can go, oh, he had a mass, traumatic accident and now he's been changed forever.
Or just bring in like Frank Welker or Maurice LaMarche, just people who literally do every fucking voice possible.
Billy West.
No, Billy West has his usual bags of tricks.
True.
Like if you listen, you can still hear that it's Billy West.
Mm-hmm.
But like again, like Maurice LaMarche, one of my favorite voice actors, there are times like, wait, is that fucking him? No way.
True, yeah. So they'll probably voice what? Let's see. They'll probably replace Ned Flanders, probably Mr. Burns, Smithers, Skinner, Lenny, Otto, Reverend Lovejoy. That's a lot of people to voice. Now the whole thing is, some of his minor characters will be pushed by the wayside because that's going to happen as always.
Yeah.
But for these main
As long
characters,
as he wasn't Hans Moleman, we're good.
But I think honestly, it's kind of a bad thing for me to say. Is I guess this could be a good thing for the Simpsons. Now, recently the writing has gotten a lot better, in my opinion, than the past, say, 5 years. That's just my opinion. But with information like this, you're gonna get a bunch of diehards, and even people who have just a passing fancy for Simpsons. They remember it, the nostalgia of it. They're going to tune in when season 27 starts to see how these characters sound with the new the actors behind them.
I say they start off with a Walking Dead style opening sequence, and just casually announce that they are all bitten and were murdered. Or Game of Thrones. Have a giant Game of Thrones entrance and basically like, oh yeah, last season on The Simpsons. And just show everyone just being murdered. Everyone that he voiced.
I think the best person who did it was Chef in South Park, where he just recycled his voices. Look, I'm the chef. He's all crazy. That's what happened, kids, when you join like this special group.
When you join Scientology.
Yeah, the whole like episode. I mean, clearly I saw it, but my favorite bit.
Hello, children.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
You know, where they were just weren't even giving a shit.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens with all of that. I did want to touch real quick on something for E3. It is coming up. We have about a month before E3 starts at the LA Convention Center again. Nintendo has been doing their own thing for a very long time, and for the most part, it makes them a crap load of money. They've done away with their huge E3 press conference, which is probably a good thing because Sony and Microsoft spend way too much money on theirs
because they can afford it.
Yeah, well, so can Nintendo, but they decided they want to. I think they wanted to focus more on.
How it's the year of Luigi.
Okay, that was just stupid. I can't back that whatsoever.
What was that fist pump thing? I thought you were actually gonna hit me in the face. All right.
All right.
Okay, there, Marky Mark. Feel it, feel the vibrations. So anywho,
I just look at it as they like to do something different. It works for them. It offers a little different in terms of access to the fans who can't make their way into E3. I mean, it's not open to the public. People who can get in, you have to know someone. Very few people I know actually spend the over $1,000 to buy a ticket to get into the show floor,
Jesus.
Which makes no sense whatsoever. Not to mention all the things that happen right outside the convention center. They have, past couple years they've had video games live. They have, I think, the Zelda concert this year right outside at Nokia Theater. I think that's what it is here. But anyways, Nintendo wanted to do something different. I know last E3 they were showcasing.
Wait, by something different you mean the exact same thing they did like 2 decades ago?
Well, what's old is new again.
No.
They haven't done this for 25 years. I'm talking about the Nintendo World Championship. Bringing that back. Did you ever watch the Nintendo World Championship when you were a kid?
I saw bits and pieces. I am aware of movies like The Wizard.
Okay. So I'm going to date myself a little bit more on this because I'm actually definitely looking forward to this because I remember watching these when I was younger.
I'm intrigued how they're going to do it and the fact that it looks like they're going to do like qualifiers. They're going to basically have you go in and qualify at Best Buys.
Right.
So it looks like they're teaming with Best Buy for this Best Buy said, we'll do it, and they threw money at him. But I don't know. They're going to get sweet cartridges and everything?
That'd be actually pretty badass. Get the gold-plated cartridge.
Yeah, that's like the most expensive Nintendo game to date.
It could be cool. I mean, most likely Nintendo will dumb it down as much as humanly possible in order to save a buck here and there. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm a diehard Nintendo fanboy. I mean, yes, recently I was able to acquire 2 of the next-gen systems, the Xbox One and the PS4. They're still in their cases. They're still in the boxes. I haven't even opened them up. And I'm still really wanting to eventually pick up a Wii U. That's just me. People may call me crazy.
Smash Bros.
Well, it's all about the Smash Brothers. Come on.
Dude, that's all the Wii U turned out to be. 3-figure fucking Smash Bro machine.
Well, I would disagree with you.
Have you tried to play a game?
Yes.
That fucking Wii pad makes me fucking hate everyone.
Really? For some of the games I've played, I've actually really enjoyed it.
If I could skip that little fucking pad, that would be amazing.
You can get the little pro, their
Oh no, I've done that, but like usually like it'll randomly be like, all right, now use the gamepad. I don't want to use the gamepad. Use the gamepad. I don't wanna. Dude, look, we're only making you use it for this stage in the level. Just get past it. If you die too many times, we'll let you skip, but you have to try. No.
All right. To each their own.
You know my hatred for the extra add-ons.
Yes, I know. But Nintendo's always about the add-ons. Look, ever since...
Rob.
God, yeah. There was Rob, there was
Rob,
the Power Glove,
the Power Pad,
the rocket launch,
the Super Scope,
that's what it was.
the Nintendo Zapper.
The ill-fated Virtual Boy.
That wasn't really an add-on. That was its own console that just kind of failed miserably.
True. They were working on the 64 DD, the 64 disk drive, an actual hard drive for the Nintendo 64. There was the Panasonic version of the GameCube that actually could play DVDs.
You're talking about the CDI?
No. There was a whole separate GameCube that was created. It was only sold in Japan for an exorbitant amount of money. It was all gray. It was a slot loading tray that played GameCube discs as well as I think it was like Region 2 DVDs.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, it did not sell well at all. But then all the other accessories, you have things like the Donkey Konga controller, things like what else?
Fuck you! I love that game. I cheated so hard at that game.
Well, you didn't have to clap at all.
Well, no, clapping the fact that I didn't want to be that asshole sit there and staring at the screen going like this. Like literally, I just held it like this, like, all right, left, right, left, 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 right. Okay, cool. Together now. Clap.
That's all it
You
needed.
just had to blow in the microphone.
Yep. I love how they turned that controller that was just for a music game and then tried to make an entirely new game using it as a controller for a racing game.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was. You have to hit it to go left, hit it to go right, hit it at the same time for a boost.
Yeah, I don't justifiably remember. I just remember like it was Jungle Beat or whatever the fuck it was.
Something like that.
So I actually bought Donkey Konga and Donkey Konga 2.
Well, then the moving forward from that, you also have the Nintendo Wii.
Me? No, I don't.
You never had the Nintendo Wii?
I haven't owned a Nintendo console since GameCube.
Okay, I was gonna say because this console was literally all about the accessories.
GameCube or the Wii?
The Wii.
Yeah.
The Wii had more accessories than pretty much everything they had before combined.
Dude, oh my god, my favorite thing about the Wii is though, my buddy bought a Wii and then he moved in with my friend Joy. And so Joy, being, you know, a moderately savvy-ish woman, decided to buy like the Wii Fit.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle immediately was like, "Oh, new video game, I'll try this." The Wii Fit told him that he was fat. Not just that it told him that he was fat, told him that he was morbidly fat, like really fat. Kyle, like, literally shut himself in his room for like a week. And at that point, for like the next month and a half, dropped like 100 pounds.
Damn.
Like, he's like, I need to get back into shape. Like, I was in shape in high school, like I did track and stuff like that, and I guess I just fell out of shape. That motherfucker's like, "Oh yeah, I ran like 5 miles today." Kyle, it's only 10 a.m. Yeah, I know. It's not that much. I'll probably do another run later. The fuck? Kyle, what happened to the guy I know we, you know, eat an entire pizza to ourselves and we'd pound a 6-pack? I know. But I got some Michelob Ultra in the fridge if you want it. You've changed. And not for the better. You used to be cool until video games told you were fat and then you stopped.
Yeah. I remember years ago testing out the Wii balance board from my friend's place. I was like, "You are okay, yeah. I'm just gonna step off," and never touched it again. And yeah, left it at that. Oh well.
I would do it just so I can see if I could try to kickflip on it. Not that I could ride a skateboard in the first place.
But
So I
just to
can
see-
do it, accidentally snap it in half, be like, oh, I broke your game. And just hand it back to them.
Well, yeah.
I know,
But-
because you threatened to kick me in the face when I went near it. Because you knew I would have done something stupid.
Yeah,
That's
well.
fine.
Well, to tie this all the way back into what we were initially talking about, yes, Nintendo is doing the Nintendo World Championships again at E3. Who knows? Well, they'll have some sort of weird competition. Maybe you have to use like an accessory from every single console to, beat a game from each era. I have no idea. We'll see what happens. They've already confirmed they're not going to talk about their next generation software or hardware, which they're already announced that they're working on, codename NX. That will probably come out sometime next year, late next year.
Good to know they chose a less lame name, like, instead of going with something cool like the Dolphin.
Oh, yes, the Dolphin.
Dude, you know what? Fuck that. I hope they pull what this one piece of shit did. Or whoever they are. The person who beat Mega Man X and Mega Man X2 using the same controller. I don't mean like they just plugged it into like, or just played first in the second game. Like they played both games simultaneously and somehow did it.
Yeah, this went viral incredibly quick. Hit the top page, the front page of Reddit, so freaking fast.
Nerds scare me.
A YouTuber named Aura Puffs decided, you know what? I'm gonna, beat Mega Man X and X2, but I want to play them all at the same time with the same controller, and found a way to do it, and then recorded it. And his endeavor is probably I'd say about 3 hours long, but.
Well, dude, I told you, I used to play the shit out of Mega Man X1.
Mm-hmm.
X1, that was my jam. Like, played way more than justifiably I should have. If that's even possible.
I have yet to beat either of these games by itself. This person beat both of them simultaneously. I mean, if you watch the video, which is posted on YouTube, and it has, I forget, God knows how many views so far, there's this whole scene at the end where he's literally beat both at the same time. Both final bosses are exploding on screen at the same time. No trickery here. It's just
That's
a
how
split
you know
shot.
you're a badass.
That's at that point you can just turn off the system, turn off the internet, and just walk out and do whatever the fuck you want for the rest. Yeah.
That's when, as a nerd, you realize nothing I do will ever be that cool, and you just stop existing.
Yeah, that's. Now here's the thing, though. For people to do something like this, there can be people who are gonna say, one,
Hacks.
not only can I do that, but I'll do it faster. And then you start getting into the speed trials for stuff like this. There's already, so many speed trials out there for games of all genres and
Three ways to
styles.
do something: the right way, the wrong way, and the Max Powers way. The Max Powers way, basically the wrong way, but faster.
Well, they always find these little bits in here and there. They're not even. Some people will call them hacks. Some people will call them cheats. Other people just call them what they are, which is they found an exploit in the game without the need to.
But this wasn't even an
Fix anything.
exploit. Like the
No.
homeboy just noticed a retarded pattern that shouldn't exist and fucking went for it.
And my God, it was amazing. So you can find it online. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. The final boss segment is around the 2:43 mark. So that's
Jesus.
kudos. Just kudos, and yeah.
Whoever you are, nerd person, I salute you.
Oh. So we've been going for almost the full hour there, so I guess it's about time to wrap it up. Or should we add one more into there?
Let's do our normal goodbyes.
Yeah.
I feel bad enough for last week's episode being overtly way, way too long.
It was like an hour 16 about that.
Hour 22.
We had a lot to talk about, though.
No, I just got retardedly drunk way too fast and went on a tangent about my childhood. All the pop rocks in that one.
Oh, Jesus. This is going to be painful as all hell, eventually.
Oh, dude, mine's like... yours is like a third of mine.
Oh, you put them all in that one? Oh, Jesus, you're crazy. All right.
Like I said,
All right,
mine's actually popping out of its glass now. Now you know you did it right.
Yeah, so... Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for another episode of Geeks and Drinks. I'm Jason. That's Jordan.